Implementation of variables and constants. How can I send the variables and also constants here? There are three different ways here. We can also send here. Okay, four types are there. Okay, four types are there. One is what the register mode. Another one is the absolute mode. Third one is the immediate mode. Fourth one is the indirection pointer also. Okay, indirection pointer here. Okay, let me have the come front. Abhay, come here. Sangmesh, you also come front. Both of you come here. Okay, implementation of the variables different ways. Okay, in the examples, he will be asking for the what is the addressing mode, explain the different types of addressing modes, and also explain the in detail with an example of the four different types of addressing modes. But this is the implementation of the variables and constants here. What are those variables? What is the constants? We'll see. This is what the one of the register mode. This is what the register mode. In this register mode, only the will mention the operands explicitly. Only what the registers only. Okay, here will not use the any other than the registers. Here the registers R1, R2 like this. Will be mentioning the operands will be stored where in the registers registers only. Okay, this is the R1 is the registers. This is the R2 is also register. These registers are called as the processor registers. ABC are the what is that developer registers. You can mention explicitly, but these are the what R0 to R7. These are the processor registers. Okay, explicitly here we mention only the operands within the register itself. Here the effective. Okay, this is the R1 is the here the move. The instruction example is here the move instruction. The move is the register instruction which will be used to copy the contents of the R1 to what R2. This is what the source register. This is the destination register. This is the source register. The destination registers. This is the register mode. This is one called the what called the register mode. Okay. Next, come to the absolute mode. Means what the here we will be mentioning directly to the only the memory location. Particular memory location we have the data. Here the data is mentioned within this register. Okay, in the register mode. But here we will be using the location address. Okay, direct value ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾನೆ operand ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ. But he has the mentioning the particular address of that particular memory location. Address of that memory location. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕಳಿಸಿರ್ತಾನೆ only address ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾನೆ. Address ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು value ಹಾಕಿರಲ್ಲ. That's when we call the absolute mode or this one is the for example copy ಮಾಡ್ಕೋ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ instruction use ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Copy ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ transfer ಮಾಡೋ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ. This is the one of the example for this absolute mode is the move instruction with the location with the comma R2. Here the contents of that particular memory location is copied to where in the register R2. This is one we call the absolute mode. This is one we call the absolute addressing mode. Next come to the immediate mode. What is this? Immediate mode is the one of the addressing mode. This is the here the explicitly. Okay, we will be mentioning the value directly. What is the value? 200 value. Explicitly he can send. Explicitly is okay. What is this? This one is called the immediate addressing mode. The type of addressing mode of the immediate addressing mode. Immediate addressing mode. Okay, this is the example for the immediate addressing mode. The 20 to what the 200 to what the register R0 immediately. You are mentioning directly the value here. Value adana illa. Idraga adana value illa. Cancel value. But here the 200 is the mentioned here. Okay. Next is what the pointer, indirection pointer. What is this indirection pointer? Here will be mentioning the completely the indirectly the value here. Here the register R1 indirectly mentioning the particular address here the register. This is to where move in the register R2 itself. And we will see the one example here. The move instruction is used to contain number is copied to where in the register R1. Later R1 is copied to where in the register R2. We are not doing the indirectly. We are doing what the indirectly. The number is indirectly copying where in the instead of going directly, it is not moving. Okay, it's not copying the directly number toward the register R2 itself. Indirectly we are copying means what we are using the indirect addressing mode that we call as the move indirect addressing mode. Wherever the brackets comes in the registers, just to remember this is what the indirect addressing mode. This is what the indirect addressing mode. Okay. For example, through general purpose registers, okay, we are copying the contents of the add instruction R1 and R2. We are adding the R1 and R2. What is that? This is the operand B. This operand B is mentioned explicitly through the registers itself. This, okay, this is the R1. This R1 consists of what the register operand. This operand is copied to where in the memory location, and this operand is added to the register R0 itself. This is nothing but through the general purpose registers we are using. Okay. This is the what the memory location. we are mentioning that directly, we are not giving the directly value through the general purpose registers, and even the memory also will be using. This one is the we are the copying the contents of the R1 indirectly to where in the register R2 here. Means instead of going directly copying the number to the R2, we are indirectly we are doing with the two instruction. We are writing out the two instructions. Writing out the two instruction, we can easily through the memory location we are adding together. It means here these are the four types of addressing modes are there. One is what the register mode, another one is the absolute mode, third one is the immediate mode, fourth one is what the indirection and pointers also. Indirectly we are mentioning the and also pointing to the particular memory location. That memory location we are having the data here. That is to be used in the move the contents of the R1 toward the R2 through indirect addressing mode. Okay, effective address. Okay, these are the four types of addressing modes with the different ways to write the operands here. Okay, this completes your the third module. By this concept completes your third module. Two more concepts are there. Those are not in the syllabus. Those are not in the syllabus. Assembly language, and also one more is that something. Okay, that is not, those two questions are not at all asked in the examinations also. In the soft copy, I sent the soft copy, no, that consists of the assembly languages and also instructions are there. That is not instruction, sorry, registers related to IO, data in and data out. Data in is related to what the register related to keyboard. Data out is the one of the register related to what the output. That is the display purpose. Data in other the input. Data in is the one of the register which is used in the input devices. Data out is the one of output devices. These are what the are not visible. These are the virtual registers, not at all useful. Okay, nam continue cancel our virtual registers. It is not at all absolutely will not visible, and even the will not use that one particularly. Indirectly, it is the input devices uses the data in registers, output devices uses the data out register, data out registers. These are the two registers, and also assembly language. Some instructions are there. Those are not included in your syllabus, and also they were not at all asked in the examination. By this, it completes your third module. Next class will start with the fourth module. Okay, thank you. Now next move to the lab. Okay, lab I will be doing lab.